What's up, everybody? I'm Sly the Movie Guy. Here's my movie review of Batman Hush, directed by Justin Copeland. And in this film, Batman sets out to discover the identity of a mysterious mastermind, using the Joker, Riddler, and the Dark Knight's other enemies and allies as pawns in a plan to wreak havoc. And this is an adaptation of the graphic novel Batman Hush, which I didn't read the graphic novel at all, so I just watched the film, so I can judge the film for the first and second act, the pros and cons, and so on. So whatever the graphic novel did and stuff, I won't be able to say, oh, this was this or this was done right. So I won't be able to do that at all in this review. So haven't read the graphic novel. Apologize for that. And pretty much all the Batman animation films, some of them that have been adapted from the graphic novels, some I read and some of it they changed so much, and one of them they kind of changed a little bit from the one in recent years, which I still found my way to enjoy it, because sometimes graphic novels and animation film or films on a big screen usually change some stuff. And for me, only if it did change it, let's see, did it really hurt the film itself? I usually, some comic book animations I have enjoyed that was from the graphic novels. I have enjoyed, in spite them changing little stuff, because I look at it as the story and see, is it structured, is it paced well, and all that. And I looked at those things and see, did I enjoy it? And that's what I look for. I look to see, can I enjoy a Batman animation film? And the one that came out recently this year, Batman vs. Ninja Turtles, I really enjoyed. I did a review of that on the channel. You can check it out on the playlist, and I'll put the link down below in the description box, the review link. And I got to say is, I enjoyed Batman Hush. I really did. It was interesting and kind of like mind thinking at the same time, like a mystery game, and I really liked it. And Batman is like a detective, so that's the things I like about this Batman Hush. Is at the very beginning, as I was watching it, the first 5 or 6 minutes, there was stuff already happening. So for me as a Batman fan, I was automatically invested on what was going on, because it was stuff just happening in the beginning. And usually Batman animation films, they usually kind of take a little bit long to get to the good stuff. And this film itself already got into the stuff to make me get invested, especially around when something happens around an 11 minutes in the film. I was just oh, now I'm really investing, and it gets me invested more when something happens right there. It just makes me say I'm invested in the story. And that's what I like about it, because when you get when the mysterious masterminds, the guy that's called the Hush, everybody's trying to figure out who's the Hush, and Batman trying to figure out, because this Hush guy is doing a lot of stuff, and one of the things is he's behind stuff, and you don't know, is he's causing the other Batman enemies to do stuff, or the Batman enemies doing it themselves. So it's almost the mystery thing is, you got to put the pieces together, and Batman has to figure out what's going on, who's the Hush, and why the Batman enemies is doing stuff. Are they part of what the Hush is doing? And I like that, because Batman's trying to figure it out, and it make us as the audience to figure out what's going on, make us figure out who's the Hush, and who's doing this, and who's plotting this, because there's Batman villains that are doing stuff in here, which I won't get any spoilers, but they're doing stuff. And in the beginning of the film, I was is they part of the Hush plan or whatever? Are they doing something or whatever? And you trying to figure it out. And in this movie just made me kept thinking the whole time. So it was almost you're Batman, but you're watching it and you're what's gonna happen? So it's it kept you anxious and trying to figure out who's this and who's the Hush and what's going on. And I like that. And one of the things that made the story very interesting is that Batman and Catwoman are together mostly in this film and stuff, as they looking for who's the Hush guy and all that. And I kind of like that. And it's kind of we see that Batman, we've seen a bunch where Catwoman and Batman always doing stuff together and stuff. But here I actually kind of felt very invested on how they structured it well here. And I really was invested, especially their love interest for one another and all that, how their love relationship with each other in this film. So that was kind of like interesting too. So I like how they put that together with the hush who they trying to figure out and stuff like that, and that really worked. One thing is that really surprised me is one of the Justice League members here, and I won't get into spoilers, but they're in there, and there's other DC characters in there that I was really shocked to see here as part of the storyline of the Batman Hush. So I was really pleasantly surprised to see that in this film. So that was one of them, and I won't keep spoiling. If you know who they are, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, I won't say that to let you watch it, to enjoy the experience of it. And that was one of the things. One of the things I like is the animation drawing. The animation drawing is very good here. The style of it is perfect, and the tone is serious. And I think they nailed the tone here in the Batman once again. Because usually the Batman animations I've seen usually make it too cheesy and stuff, but here they really did the tone. And there was some humor here, and there's some adult humor here that I was surprised too, and some of the language that was in. And pretty much, if you're a little bit young, there's some languages that kind of like that. When I heard, I was like, whoa. But I'm an adult, so it don't bother me as much. But if you're young and was curious about the movie, there's some stuff that's said in here. So I'll leave it as that. One of the things I liked is that the voice casting. I can't quite remember the voice cast. I think the guy named James O'Mara that voiced Batman, he does great. And the other casting people does great with the other Batman villains in here. So they did a fantastic job. The voice castings in the Batman animation series have been on point. I have not had like a complaint on the voices on none of the Batman animations. Some have been like very good, especially the people that voice the voice Batman. They do a fantastic job. I mean, Kevin Conroy is one of the best people that do the Batman voice for the animations, but they have done very good. So I would like to see them continue on doing them. So they've been doing a fantastic job, and that's one of the things I like from the Batman animation things. One of the things that really surprised me is the twist here. I was surprised by the twist, but not as big as I wasn't surprised by the twist like as much as like Batman Gotham by Gaslight, which this film does remind me of Batman Gotham by Gaslight. Like when you're trying to figure out who Jack the Ripper is, and all that, and now you try to figure out who the Hush is. It's almost like that type of thing, that same thing. If you haven't seen Batman Gotham by Gaslight, I recommend you checking out. But it kind of reminds me of that kind of mystery. And I was like, trying to figure out like who is the Hush. And that twist came, and I was like, whew. And what's interesting about the twist is they kind of like, it kind of like tricked your mind, because there's one stuff that happens like, oh, this is the person. Then switched up, you're like, oh. Because there's some stuff that happens in this film that tricked your mind, like back and forth, like, wow, what? So it's kind of like you got to put the piece together, but then it kind of like, though, mind boggles you, like, wow, I can't believe they did that. So this anime series had like a lot of surprises, and I was really happy about that. And that twist just got me, man. Whew, couldn't believe it. But I think the Batman Gotham by Gaslight, the twist surprised me even a little bit more here, because this one was surprising, but I kind of was like, okay. And I'm not going no spoilers, but it just like I was surprised, but I was like, okay, I got it. That's pretty much it. For flaws, my only flaw is that the Batman and Catwoman relationship kind of stretched too far, where it kind of like took away from the main plot of the story, I think, a little bit. Some of it could have been just like kind of like been minimized down on the screen time and stuff with the Catwoman and Batman relationship. They could have just small it down a little bit. And that's one of my issues that I said, like the twist or something like that. And that's one of the flaws I had. Overall, this is a great Batman animation film to me personally. Now, the graphic novel might have something that does better than the animation, but like I said, I can't judge that because I never read the graphic novel. So for me, I really enjoyed it. This is a great Batman animation film. I recommend you checking it out. And as of right now, I'm going to give this film an A-. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this film. Did you like it or not? Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. And that's why I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.